India slams Pakistan at UNSC Debate. India has underlined that Pakistan has misused platforms provided by the UN to propagate false and malicious propaganda against New Delhi. And India at UNSC slammed Islamabad for raking up the Kashmir issue and called upon Pakistan to immediately vacate all areas of Jammu and Kashmir under its illegal occupation. So, of course, India coming forward and slamming Pakistan at UNSC Debate over the Kashmir issue, which was raked up by the Pakistan. It has called upon Pakistan to immediately vacate all areas of Jammu and Kashmir under its illegal occupation. So a stern message coming in from Indian side as far as UNSC Debate is concerned. The India also stressed that this is not the first time that the representative of Pakistan has misused platforms provided by the UN to propagate false and malicious propaganda against India.
I'm constrained to take the floor once again to respond to some frivolous remarks made by the representative of Pakistan earlier today. This is not the first time the representative of Pakistan has misused platforms provided by the UN to propagate false and malicious propaganda against my country, and seeking in vain to divert the world's attention from the sad state of his country, where terrorists enjoy free pass while the lives of ordinary people, especially those belonging to the minority communities, are turned upside down. Mr. President, member states are aware that Pakistan has an established history and policy of harboring, aiding and actively supporting terrorists. This is a country which has been globally recognized as one openly supporting, training, financing and arming terrorists as a matter of state policy. It holds the ignoble record of hosting the largest number of terrorists proscribed by the UN Security Council. I would like to be categorical about India's position. The entire Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh were, are and will always be an integral and inalienable part of India. This includes the areas that are under the illegal occupation of Pakistan. We call upon Pakistan to immediately vacate all areas under its illegal occupation. India desires normal neighborly relations with all countries, including Pakistan, and is committed to addressing outstanding issues, if any, bilaterally and peacefully in accordance with the Shimla Agreement and the Lahore Declaration. However, any meaningful dialogue can be held only in an atmosphere free of terror, hostility and violence. The onus is on Pakistan to create such a conducive atmosphere. Till then, India will continue to take firm and decisive steps to respond to cross-border terrorism. I thank you, Mr. President.
Let me go across to my colleague Pradeep Datta, who is joining us on the broadcast for more input on the story. Pradeep, of course, a strong message coming in from the Indian side, and as we know that this is not the first time that Pakistan has misused international forums to propagate lies and also rake up the Kashmir matter, which is, of course, our internal issue.
Yes, in fact, the Pakistan has been habitual of doing that, trying to divert the attention of the world community from the terror that is emanating from their soil and trying to run malicious campaign against India and propaganda so far as the Kashmir issue is concerned. And a very strong response coming from the Indian side. India has totally named and shamed Pakistan for aiding, abetting, sponsoring terror. And Kajal Bhat, who is a counsellor of the United Nations Permanent Council, during the United Nations Security Council debate, and that was on the maintenance of international peace and security through preventive diplomacy, clearly made it clear that that Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh is a part of India. It will remain, and nobody can take it back. Only thing that to be resolved, that is Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and they wanted that Pakistan occupied Kashmir should be immediately vacated, because in this regard already India has passed a resolution in 1994 in Indian Parliament. So far as the Pakistan is concerned, India made it clear that how Pakistan had been supporting terror, sponsoring terror, and there is a history behind that. And every time Pakistan tries to divert attentions of the problem back home by raking up Kashmir issue, and this time too we have seen that the Pakistan ambassador Munir Khan did the same thing here, and that's one of the reasons that there was a very strong response and a rebuttal from Indian side, totally naming and shaming Pakistan and trying to tell the world community that India has got the capacity and capability to take decisive action so far as the terrorism is concerned. India only wanted peace in this region. Dialogue can be only possible if there is no terror emanating from the Pakistan soil. So it made it once again clear talks and terror can't go together. So so far as Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh is concerned. That's an integral part of India. So Pakistan should stop that malicious campaign and propaganda against India so far as Jammu and Kashmir region is concerned. So, and a very strong response coming from their side. And so India also made it clear that how Pakistan is having an established history of promoting terror, and this is not first time they have been doing it, targeting the minority community members. And overall, we have seen through the last 2 months how they have unleashed hybrid warfare and under the garb of proxy warfare that has been continuing for the last 3 decades. The minority community members and the North Kashmiris are being targeted here in India. So everything was discussed and tried to tell the world community that this is the real face of Pakistan. Pakistan, whatever they have to say, this malicious campaign is not going to change the world view. Already we have seen that the world community also understands what India is saying. That's one of the reasons that in FATF, Pakistan continues to remain in fairness, except for the 3 countries. Nobody else is supporting Pakistan. It is because of the concerted effort of India as the international forum like the United Nations Security Council that Pakistan stands completely exposed, and the world today knows that what is the real face of Pakistan. And already the United States of America has also realized that why they have not been able to fight against the Taliban, because it was the Pakistan that had been supporting them under the garb of fight against the terror. And if Taliban today have survived, it is because of Pakistan. And the tree of terror is there on Pakistan's side. All they see is the branches. So that's what actually India today once again used this platform to expose Pakistan, name and shame Pakistan before the World Forum, because Pakistan was trying to use this debate to target India and start malicious propaganda and campaign, what they had been doing for the last several decades, but they have not succeeded in that, because the world opinion against Pakistan is quite clear that Pakistan is a terror state, and all the terror-related activities, indirectly or directly, are emanating from their soil and connected with Pakistan.